So when you formed your company with two other folks that you had known, worked with, did you split it down the middle? Were you all aligned on this problem? How easy was it to get everyone on board? Who was the leader between the three of you?
So it was my idea. I brought them in. We were all equal. Naveen Jain, was a software guy from BITS Pilani. He was a PhD from CMU. He was at least entrepreneurial in the sense that he was happy to work, but he was happy to get his full share of the ownership. Inder was from IIT. Inder Monson was from IIT Kharagpur. He was a PhD from Yale, and he went to Doom School, and so he was the polished guy. So we made him a CEO. Yeah, but we were equal partner. But it turned out, Naveen was very good. Inder turned out to be dud. So he was a CEO, but he turned out to be dud. He got fired by the board eventually.
Yeah. And it's amazing how the approach you took. I was reading up on it. You didn't really have a giant sales force. It was a lot of telephone, and you almost created the Apple experience before the Apple experience was there. You gave it all: the cables, the box, instruction booklet. I mean,
I was very innovative for the time. Very innovative for the time. But it was by necessity. We didn't have the money. We didn't have the time left to hire the salespeople, do these things. It was like one of those Hail Mary things. Yeah. Hey, this stuff works. I know it really works. Why don't I sell over the phone? And and if it doesn't work, I'll fly somebody out to make it work. They install the computer in the machine. Board in the machine, and make it work. So I had built in enough margin, but that was per necessity. But everybody does it now that way, right? But back then, it was. I didn't have the money to hire a team. I had 6-7 months worth of cash left. And I had to become viable within those 6, 7, 8 months. After I became the CEO. After Inder was fired, I became the CEO. So and the investors had left the company for dead, by and large. They thought they had lost their money. So they and that turned out to be a very good thing. They left me alone. So they wouldn't tell me that you have been stupid. Nobody has done that before. See, this is the other part of the business, right? Nobody's done it that way before. It's the one thing that stops you. And in my case, somebody's got to do it first. What choice do I have?
And so you're in 1984, you had 5 million of revenue, 3 million loss.
1984.
85, you doubled your revenue to 10 million, 100K profit. 86, 22 million, 2.5 million profit, and 88, 66 million. So you went from 5 million to 66 million in 4 years, 3-4 years.
So it was that transitional period. Networking started to happen, and we were the leader. And people were buying IBM PCs in tens of thousands. They were buying the mini computers. They had the mainframes. They were buying the super micros of various like. So they had these house of machines, and we would watch it and say, "Hey, we can make sense of all these things by connecting them to it, for you on a cohesive network." This is before internet. There's no internet yet, right? Internet didn't happen as we know till 94, 95, and this is the mid 80s. So we were solving a real headache, real problem people had very quickly. You buy our hardware, you buy our software, all these computers will talk to each other. You can share printers, you can share files, you can share data. And so this transition from standalone computing to distributed computing was happening in a haphazard fashion, and we were the people who were enabling it. So Martin was there. So this is again our luck. It was going to happen 3 to 4 years from now. I jump in with the chip and my own design, and it starts to happen.
who was your beachhead? I mean, you got to remember your first 2 or 3 customers, the big ones. Who were they? What were their use cases? Yeah.
Well, so biggest initial customer was NCR. NCR had a computer. See, so all these guys who were selling mini computers and super micro computers, they had to connect to PC.
Right.
Yeah, because not everybody. So some people use terminals into those computers, but we could make your PC also a terminal into that computer or a standalone computer. So NCR, for them, we were heaven sent. We are heaven sent. They are selling into environments where PC is in large numbers, and every one of their customers is asking for them to connect to their PCs, and we had that solution for them. So they came and said, "Hey."
Sorry to interrupt. When you say PC, is it the notion of PC today, or is it like dumb terminals?
Same IBM PC, same IBM PC, same IBM PC, which was introduced in 1981, right?
And so Ethernet cables connecting the different PCs together to mainframes.
Different PCs with different computers. There was the actual Ethernet cable. Wi-Fi didn't happen till about 1991. It was a very unreliable Wi-Fi even then. Reliable Wi-Fi, as we know, happened in the late 90s.
Right.
Yeah. So it went through 2 phases. It was a yellow Ethernet cable, like the TV cable, right? That's what we use. Then the people started to improve the electronics to make the telephone wires work. You already have the telephone with the telephone switch in the back. So same wiring arrangement could be used to connect computers into each other. They will come into this hub in the middle and they connect to each other. So Ethernet wire, the TV cable to axial cable went into what they call twisted pair wire, which is the telephone wire to Wi-Fi. And speed went up from 10 megabit to 100 megabit to gigabit, right? And to 10 gigabit is now Ethernets are, I don't even know how far they went.
Right. And then the rest is history, because you led to an amazing IPO, first Indian in the Valley or basically anywhere, right? To lead a company.
I want to be truthful. First in the Valley, because there was this guy, Judy Tandon.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember Judy Tandon.
No, I don't.
Yeah, Judy Tandon did the floppy disk drives in Southern California.
Okay.
He was a guy who had invented the floppy disk drive. Nobody knows about floppy anymore either, right?
Yeah.
The floppy disk drive was introduced by IBM in late 70s. It's like a rated, magnetic rated, and so he had invented the floppy disk drive head, and he had the patent, which IBM had it. So he left IBM to do his own company. So he was also at the right place at the right time, because he built a very large company very quickly. Because all the IBM machines and all the Apple machines had the floppy drive that he was supplying.
Right.
So cool. His company had the IPO, 2-3 years, maybe 4 years before ours. Yeah, but he went out of business because he turned out to be very desi character.
Right.
He was putting 1% money in R&D. His technology never improved. And the other came with a better solution, much. And they put him out of misery. In our business, you are on a treadmill. You are on a treadmill. You have to get better, twice as fast. Smaller, bigger, faster, cheaper, right? Every year. Because that's the rate at which technology is evolving, right? Look at the IBM PC. IBM PC, when it came up, had an 8088, which was very slow processor. Now it has all this, Intel, multi-core machines. They're 10,000, 20,000 times faster than the original machine. The original machine had less than 1 megabyte. Now machines have 256 gigabyte. a gigabyte is 1,000 times betabyte, right?
Yeah.
So every year you have to keep up at the same price as before.
Yeah, amazing that you. To me, it's amazing actually, because you're an Indian person, you're desi, but you're putting money into R&D. You're actually thinking like a big company entrepreneur. And for me, being the first, you didn't have any examples to look at. That's quite.
So there were no Indian examples, but there were examples of other people, right?
Correct. That's true. But still, you broke that mold, so that's amazing for me. And then you IPO, and then the rest is history. And then you've become a VC, and you founded Thai, and there's so many documents and so many blogs, so many video interviews talking about that. So I don't need to duplicate that, but so that's